Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Coffee Rant with Dano. Guys, today we have to make a decision. We have to make a decision whether to leave tomorrow or stay until Friday. We have a hurricane, a tropical storm that they're saying most definitely is going to turn into a hurricane, especially with how fast it is moving. And it's been building up. It has been extremely hot in the Gulf, and that doesn't bode well for storms, twisting around in the sky, flying our way. It looks like the direct path, no matter which path it is going to be all up and down 75, Highway 75, which is our route home. So, we have to make the decision to either leave tomorrow morning. Today is the 23rd of September, 2024. Just for point of reference, we have to make the decision to take off tomorrow and maybe avoid most of it, or stay until Friday and hopefully it's already long gone by then. It looks like, from what they're saying from all models, it looks like the storm and the heavy rains, which will be up past Atlanta early Friday. So if that's the case, then we can leave here Friday. We have a good 7 hours till we get to Atlanta anyway, driving. So it is what it is. You have to prepare for hurricanes. We're always as ready as we can be. We got plenty of water. We got plenty of everything. I pack a lot of different things. We got food to last us throughout if we have to. We were supposed to be leaving in a couple days. I'll tell you this. Universal Resorts and Disney Resorts, the entire state, if there's any evacuations or anything, usually what people do in Florida, at least a lot of our family and friends, and I've known a lot of people who've escaped hurricanes staying in Disney hotels and Universal hotels. They are built to withstand Category 5 hurricanes, which is the strongest that I believe there's ever been. And these buildings can withstand them. They are built to withstand that kind of pressure, that kind of weather. And sorry if it keeps getting light and dark behind me here. There are a lot of clouds. I have a feeling it's going to rain like crazy today. But we're probably going to end up staying until Friday because we don't want to get caught in anything, because I feel like that would be worse than just riding out the storm and waiting until after it passes us. Because, and I know we always have that factor of it could sit in the panhandle. It looks like it's going to hit the panhandle. The models are starting to tighten up. Jessica's anxiety through all this is getting rough. It's not that she's like completely freaked out about it, but it's like, these things, it's the not knowing. And when you're glued to the Weather Channel, they always try to bring the fear, and it's just, they don't really know which way, how hard, which direction it's really going to go. This storm has been sitting in offshore for a long time, for like a week. It's been kind of sitting in the same spot. And I guess it's on the move. Okay. Oh, and thank you to all of our friends and family and fans of the channel, all of our viewers who have been talking about this storm. We have read your comments. Jessica always keeps a close eye on weather. Jessica loves the weather. She loves these kind of things, as far as like, when we're not in the middle of them, seeing the track of things. Obviously, she has a lot of family down here, so when there are storms, we like to make sure that, they are good too. And honestly, they're being on the coast. They're on the coast side of the Gulf, so it can get a lot more hairy the more the outer bands of the coast. That's where they get the worst of it. We're here in Orlando, which Orlando has had bad hurricanes before. We had come down during Hurricane Irma, and it was crazy. I know I've talked about this on the channel before. We actually put our vacation off a couple days because we wanted to wait till the storm was, into the States and just rain. And we waited, and then what happened is because Florida like evacuated that storm basically covered the entire state of Florida. It was absolutely nuts. If you live in Florida, you know exactly which one I'm talking about. Hurricane Irma was no joke. And when we got to, I thought it was a little kind of eerie when we were going south on 75 past Atlanta, and we just breezed through Atlanta. I mean, it was the fastest we ever got through Atlanta. And about a half hour past Atlanta, it was nothing but Florida license plates as far as the eye could see. And it was gridlock traffic all the way to the Florida Turnpike. It took us 28 hours to get to Orlando from Cincinnati, total. It was nuts. It was nuts. So we don't want to get hung up in something like that. If this does get really bad, we don't want to get stuck in traffic like that if there's evacuations up near the Panhandle, which there very well could be, but there may not be. And I guess that's kind of the thing here that you're stuck with. Like, usually I feel like they're a little more on top of this. I feel like if there were going to be any evacuations, they would have already said that. But we'll just have to see. This storm is moving very quickly, apparently, though. So, and they say that's a good thing. Run in, run out, get out of here, right? But I actually think it's going to be safer for us to not leave until the storm has passed. I think it's going to be better if we hang on a couple extra days. We'll take off Friday. We're probably not going to make it all the way home anyway. We'll probably, stop maybe in Tennessee somewhere. But I don't know, and it's like, it is kind of strange not knowing, especially for as close as the storm is right now, because it looks like the bad rain and everything's going to start tomorrow. So if we left tomorrow, either way, we're going to be driving through torrential downpours. I don't really want to do that either. So we got to make a decision. Excuse me. I think the right decision is to wait out the storm, and whatever happens, we're in a safe place here. Like I said, this hotel, Cabana Bay, is, knock on wood, is built to withstand Category 5 hurricanes. All of these buildings are. That's why they're so expensive. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of money to build a building that is solid steel and concrete. I mean, it's, it's just there's extra attention to these things. These windows. Like, if you knock on a window, like Jessica, I was outside. She was looking at me through the window. She's trying to knock. You can't hear it. I mean, I don't know how thick they are, but I mean, they are solid. They are solid windows. Somebody's got their car turning on right in front of me, of course. I'm out here in the car because the humidity is crazy. Got the air on. Might be hearing that a little bit in this, but yeah, we haven't been through it when a storm has run through Florida. When we've been down here, we've been very fortunate and very lucky for that. Does look like we're gonna see some of it. I'll keep everybody updated on the channel. May do these in the afternoon. Might do some other videos in the morning. I hope everybody enjoyed our video with us going to Magic Kingdom. I know that video came out this morning. I'll tell you what, that was one of the most fun times I think I ever had with our family. And they even ran into a couple friends. We were hanging out with them from her family, down there. And we just had a really great time. We filmed a little bit on the rides. So if you happen to miss that video, well, it's a fun, entertaining video that me and Jess did to try and chirp about. We were thinking about the hurricane the whole time, guys. I mean, it's like, and the funny thing is, it hasn't even been categorized as a hurricane yet. So it could virtually do nothing, but you guys know I like to be prepared, and we're as prepared as we can be. I'm actually in the garage. Okay, I parked my car in the garage here on purpose because of the undercurrent of the winds. I feel it's actually safer to be here than to actually be outside under all of the different trees and everything else. So stay, and when you get in your car, it's not blazing hot, so good to be here. But yeah, I feel like this is a good spot. So as far as like Jess, she's in there glued to the TV watching what's going on. I feel like, you give it an extra hour. She's been watching it religiously. I said, don't worry about it. We know the direction, at least the general direction. We can't, because we're just trying to figure out whether we should leave tomorrow and hopefully, get out of here before the whole thing, hits the fan. But like I said, if anything goes wrong, or if there's any traffic, or if they say while we're on our way, the Panhandle needs to evacuate, if they say that, well, then everybody's going to be heading towards 75 and we're going to be stuck in some hellacious traffic. You know what I'm saying? And then who knows what'll happen. And then the storm comes and we're out on the highway. I think it's better to just wait it out till Friday. It's kind of why I wanted to do this video, come out and talk, to you guys, and kind of hear myself talk about it as well. The more and more I talk about it, the more I feel that is the best decision. If that is the case, we may be inside for a couple days. I will still be putting out videos. They may be inside the hotel room. I don't know. We're going to put out something, though, for you guys. And, yeah, it's kind of got an eerie feel. It's kind of got an eerie feel around here. I think a lot of people are knowing about the hurricane now. It's been a lot of talk. Everybody seems to know about it. And there's people leaving. There are people leaving. And that could be, it's Monday. People are maybe checking out. I don't really know. But it does seem strange. It does seem kind of strange. So it doesn't look like it's going to barrel through Orlando either way, no matter what model it is. But you never know with these things, guys. You never know. All I can say is, just be prepared. We're fortunate. We have the restaurant here. If we need to eat, if we need to get something, we have the restaurant with a lot of great food. Cabana Bay, guys. I'll tell you what, Cabana Bay, really good foods. But we also have our own food. We brought our own food as well, to save money. I didn't really talk about that on the channel. I have a video coming out tomorrow morning, though, where I kind of show people who are coming down here to the theme parks, or Orlando in general, on ways that you can save a lot of money in this town. And I recommend everybody do it who's coming to the theme parks. If you're coming to the theme parks, we do something tomorrow where we show ways to save money on different souvenirs, but other ways to save money on food and things that you're not going to be spending an absolute fortune down here on different food items and stuff like that. So don't want to spoil where I went or any of that, but I know I'm kind of getting washed out here in the video because the sun is directly behind me here. Apologize for that. Can't really do nothing about it. And a lot of people are just going about their day. There is an eerie wind. There's an eerie wind in the air here, and I'll say something. It's a very hot and cool mixed wind. It is something we have not felt down here since we've been down here. It's like it's a warm wind and then it gets cool. And I look around like, where's the AC? And it's not. It's kind of strange. It's kind of strange. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Not worried about it either way. But yeah, just, we were watching the news this morning and, they made it like, maybe we need to pack our bags and get out of here tomorrow. That's kind of how they make you feel. And now seeing, well, okay, this thing's blowing through. So if it blows through and doesn't sit, and I guess there's always a possibility of it slowing down and sitting on the Gulf. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. But I would rather, if I'm not a gambling man. I don't gamble on things that I know I'm not going to win or have a chance of losing. So for me, it's leave on Friday, avoid, excuse me, avoid a lot of problems, or leave tomorrow and potentially run into a lot of problems. Potentially. Chances are we get through Atlanta and all that, we have nothing to worry about. But if worst case scenario, which could happen, probably won't, but if they do an evacuation in the Panhandle or up around the eastern border or western border of Tallahassee and all that, the west part of Florida, then, people are going to be going all different directions, and 75 is going to look like a living nightmare. So, not dealing with that I just made this decision in this video, guys. We're just going to leave Friday. We're just going to wait it out. We have the opportunity to be able to do that. That's why we have to make a decision now. You know, if we're going to stay, then we need to stay. And I think it's the best thing to just stay at this point, and just wait it out and see what happens. It looks like whatever happens, at least we're in a safe place here, or the safest place that we can be at, right? Because, you know, it's like, if I was going to be anywhere in Florida, I've heard this from a lot of Floridians. If we're going to be somewhere in Florida, they always say, stay at a Disney resort. We'll see. If places are getting evacuated, this is where you're going to see people from Florida go to. They're going to be coming to the resorts. They're going to be checking these resorts out like crazy. Every one of them will be sold out. And I don't know about Universal. I'm sure they do. I don't know about Universal. But I do know Disney will offer Florida residents, a very good rate. They will offer them a very good rate. So if you live in Florida and you need to escape the hurricane, get on the phone with Disney, and Universal's probably the same way. If you're a Florida resident, I'm sure they're gonna take you in. I don't know about the whole discount thing with Universal, though. I do know Disney is a lot cheaper for Florida residents that are trying to evade a hurricane. So, you know, keep that in mind. I actually, when we came down through Hurricane Irma, that's what happened. A lot of Floridians who had lost their homes. I was talking to a guy who lost his home in Naples, right? And he got a room. It was like next to nothing at Pop Century at Disney. And they were very kind and welcoming. During the actual hurricane, they were giving out bagged lunches. I don't know if they were giving them out, but they had like bagged lunches for people. I think it was only like a couple dollars maybe. But it was really nice. It was really nice. Everybody there, I kind of felt like we were supposed to be there. I also felt like we were the only ones trying to get into Florida when everybody was getting out, right? Well, we were in the traffic to come back into Florida. But, I mean, I don't know. It was like we were going around, we're seeing people with their dogs, their cats, saw a lady with a bird, you know, and it's like, you know, it's just, I felt like we were supposed to be there on that trip because we talked to a lot of people. We talked to a lot of people who had lost their homes. The Hurricane Irma was devastating. I know there's been a lot of devastating hurricanes here, but that is one that I witnessed personally. And it was crazy. It really was. And so I don't take, even if it's not heading this general direction, it is heading in the line of where we have to drive. And it's looking like it's going to be the entire line. It's like if you look at the way the cone goes, all the storm is going right up 75, right through Ohio, right where we're going in Cincinnati. So, you know, I mean, yeah, Friday, I think, is what we're going to have to do. If it takes us an extra day to get home, it is what it is. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather be here and let that hurricane go past us, let it get in front of us, right, than be out there and get stuck in it, because that is what you don't want. And I don't, you know, it's looking like it's going to rain pretty much all weekend. So we're going to be driving in the rain anyway. There's a lot of storms, a lot of that stuff. So, but I would rather avoid the hurricane at all costs. Let's know down in the comments, have you ever been through a hurricane? And I know Floridians have. I'm mostly speaking to people. Have you ever driven through some of these different hurricanes? Let us know down in the comments some of your stories. I know we've had stories on this in the past, usually when we travel to Florida. But yeah, what would you do? What would you do? Let us know down in the comments. There's possibility we could leave tomorrow morning early and avoid all of this. But again, if they come on the radio in the morning or something and we're still, you know, we've got 4 hours to drive, 4 hours to drive to get out of Florida on 75. So if we left and then they made that decision in the morning, on Tuesday morning, the 24th of September, then we're going to be running into everybody evacuating in that part. I think, I personally, now saying that out loud, I think that's made our decision. I think we're going to stay on Friday. But let us know what you would do. I know some people would rise. I'm going to leave right now. No, I don't want to do that. We're not ready. We're not prepared to take off right this second. But But yeah, it's something, it's something we got to put a lot of thought into. I was gonna do this video in the room, but Jessica, she's not freaked out about it, okay? But I think and who wouldn't have trouble making a decision like this? Because I told her, I said, whatever you want to do. I gave her the options. I ran down the scenario. I did the math, right? Okay. Worst comes to worst. The worst case scenario is we leave tomorrow morning and they announce an evacuation. They announce an evacuation, we're in trouble. We're stuck, right? I see that being very bad. Okay, so being in the safe place here, opportunity to stay here and leave on Friday after the storm is way inland. The 40-mile-an-hour winds is what they're saying for what it's going to be in Atlanta, which is 40-mile-an-hour wind, but still, it ain't like, 110, 120-mile-an-hour winds with things flying all over the place. So, I don't know. I think it's better to stay here until Friday. But again, I don't know. It's a calculated decision that I feel is the best scenario. Safe place, building that can withstand the storm, even if it runs right through us, right? And get behind the storm, drive behind the storm, wait until it's up in the States, slower weather, slower wind, I should say. It's going to be a lot of rain. It's going to be a lot of rain no matter what we do. It's looking like Friday, even as the storm passes, we're going to be driving a lot of rain. So that is what it is. So it may be slow traffic. I don't know. I mean, we're driving home Friday, and then we usually get home on like Saturday, like early afternoon. We'll stay in like Tennessee if we don't drive all the way. It just depends on how I feel, really. It's about a 14-hour drive. So I don't know. If it's raining all day, I'm definitely not going to make it. Definitely not. I'll plan on staying, and we'll get a place in Tennessee, get back Saturday. Best case scenario. Okay. And the worst case scenario in that, it's like it's just slow traffic, and we may have to just stay another day, Saturday into Sunday, and get home Sunday. I don't know. That stuff is all up in the air. My thing is being safe, and I think the safest, wisest decision to make right now is to stay here until Friday. Check out Friday, and we'll be way behind the storm. Like I said, it's supposed to be the whole big storm part of it is going to be passing Atlanta early morning Friday. Way early, like 6 in the morning Friday. So, yeah, I think that makes the most sense. We'll probably be taking off at like 7 in the morning here, which means that's 4, 5, 6 hours, and that's leaving it time to get up past Tennessee and all that other stuff. So I think that's the wisest decision. But again, guys, thank you so much for all of your comments. I know a lot of you wanting us to be safe and everything, and we are. We've been paying attention to it. Thank you to everyone who I have met here at the resort. We have been running into a lot of you guys here, a lot of our fans, fans of the channel. Ran into some longtime viewers here, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, it's really awesome. People walking all over know who we are here. And some people have been watching us for years, and then they saw our Cabana Bay videos pop up. We've been finding people, viewers, all over the place here. It's really nice meeting all you guys. Thank you all for stopping and saying hello. Even if I'm doing a video, don't feel like I can always redo a clip here. I know there was a lady who knew us. I seen her standing off in the corner kind of looking at us. I was like, she probably knows us from the channel. So I stopped the video. Sure enough, she came up, said hi. And that's so awesome. It's so great to meet some of you guys. And she also mentioned the storm and everything, asked if we were leaving early. And yeah, you just kind of have to plan it out with what you can do. I would rather just take an extra couple days and wait it out. I think that's the best way to go. So anyway, gonna finish this here. Gonna get back in there, tell Jess, gonna talk about the video here that we did, and Yeah, I think it's best to stay till Friday. So I really have to kind of make this decision because she'll always ask me, what do I want to do? What do I think's best? And I initially said Friday, not really thinking too much about it. But yeah, we don't want to get caught in that storm on I-75 because that would be, even if they're not evacuating, that would be crazy. Like if something happens and we happen to miss a few hours, that storm's going to be barreling through. So, either way, Friday's the best day. I have gone on way longer than I thought I was going to. Enjoy your coffee, guys. Enjoy your Monday night. I will be keeping up with this as we go along. I'll probably do some shorter videos on these kind of things, different updates of the storm and stuff like that. So if you're not, make sure you subscribe down below. We do appreciate it. Again, it's been so awesome meeting a lot of you guys down here. It's been a lot of fun chatting with some people that watch us on a regular basis. It's really cool. It's everything you guys do on here, all of your heartfelt comments and everything. Thank you all for the birthday wishes and anniversary wishes and all that stuff. My mother-in-law was reading through all the different comments and everything, and she just couldn't believe it. I was showing her. I was like, hey, look, happy anniversary, And Jess read through all the birthday comments. Thank you all so much for that. It's been such a great time down here. It really has. It's good to get away, do some different kind of videos, take you on different adventures with us. It's been a lot of fun. If you happen to miss any of them, well, I've been doing them. There's a video every day. You can go back as far as the eye can see. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.